Imagine if I told you that right now, as you're listening, the universe is already rearranging itself to bring you exactly what you've been asking for. That may sound too good to be true, but the truth is, most of us never give the universe the chance to actually work for us. We keep interfering, overthinking, and trying to control everything. But when you learn how to step back and let the universe do its part, life begins to flow in ways you never thought possible. So many people live in constant struggle because they believe they need to force everything into place. They think the harder they push, the more results they'll get. But the universe doesn't respond to force, it responds to alignment. Alignment means your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions are in harmony with what you actually want. When you're aligned, you don't need to chase, you attract. Think of it this way: if you planted a seed in the soil, you wouldn't dig it up every single day to check if it's growing. You water it, you give it sunlight, and you trust the process. That's exactly how the universe works. Your desires are like seeds. You plant them through your intentions, and then you let the universe take care of the how and when. The problem is, most people plant the seed and then destroy it with doubt, impatience, and worry. Now here's where it gets powerful. Letting the universe work for you doesn't mean you sit around doing nothing. It means you do your part, you set your intentions clearly, you act when inspired, but then you release the outcome. You trust that there are forces bigger than you arranging the details. And what's fascinating is that science and spirituality both support this idea. Psychologists talk about the power of focus and expectation. Quantum physics shows us that our observation actually influences reality. And spiritual teachers for centuries have said the same thing in different words. What you hold in your mind with belief eventually becomes your life. But here's the key: when you're constantly worried about when it's going to happen or how it's going to happen, you're actually resisting the very thing you want. Think about it. Have you ever wanted something so badly that you obsessed over it, only to notice it kept slipping further away? That's because obsession comes from fear, and fear pushes things away. Whereas faith, trust, and calmness pull things closer. Let's take an example. Imagine you're applying for a job. You send in your resume, you prepare, you do your part. After that, most people spend sleepless nights stressing over whether they'll get a call back. But letting the universe work means you do your part, and then release it. You trust that if this opportunity is aligned with you, it will come. If not, something better will. And here's the magic. When you live with that mindset, rejection no longer feels like failure. It feels like redirection. The universe works best when you are relaxed, not when you are desperate. Think about the times in your life when the best things happened. Maybe you met someone unexpectedly who changed your life. Maybe you stumbled upon an opportunity you weren't even looking for. That's not an accident. That's the universe filling in the gaps. And it can only do that when you allow space, not when you're trying to micromanage every detail. One of the most effective practices to let the universe work for you is visualization. When you imagine what you want with feeling, you're sending out a signal. The universe picks up that signal and begins moving resources, people, and situations into your path. But once you've visualized, don't cling. Move into gratitude. Gratitude tells the universe, I already trust you. And gratitude is one of the strongest frequencies you can send out. Another key practice is awareness. Pay attention to signs. The universe often communicates through synchronicities, those so-called coincidences, that line up in strange ways. You might keep seeing the same numbers, or run into the right person at the right time. Most people brush these things off, but those are confirmations that the universe is guiding you. Here's something important to remember. Letting the universe work for you is not about blind faith. It's about intelligent trust. You trust the process because you know that energy is never wasted. Everything you desire is already possible, but you must become the kind of person who can receive it. That's why the universe sometimes delays your manifestations, not to deny you, but to prepare you. So the next time you set an intention, think of it like making an order at a restaurant. You don't call the waiter every 30 seconds asking, "Is my food ready yet? Are you sure the chef is making it? Did you forget about me?" No, you order, you relax, you trust the kitchen, and you enjoy the wait. And when it arrives, you're grateful. That's how you must treat your desires. Place the order with clarity, then trust the universal kitchen. If you want to practice this in daily life, start small. Pick something simple, like expecting a kind interaction or finding a lost object. Set the intention, then release it. Notice how the universe shows up. The more you practice, the more you build faith, and the bigger things you can allow into your life. In the end, letting the universe work for you is about surrender. But surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means giving over, handing the burden of how and when to something greater than yourself, while you focus on staying in joy, peace, and readiness. When you do this, life becomes less of a struggle and more of a flow. Remember this, the universe is not against you. It's always working with you. But it can only meet you at the level of your belief and trust. When you align with your desires, release control, and stay open, you'll find that what you once chased will start chasing you. So right now, whatever you're holding onto too tightly, take a deep breath and let it go. You've done your part. Now let the universe do the rest.